Hey guys, so today's video I decided to talk about something that I don't think is really talked about all that much, and that is visual snow. And basically, to give you kind of like an idea of what it is, visual snow is, I mean, I guess it's technically a symptom, but it's kind of a condition where you see static or something looking like static, kind of like if it was, an old television screen. You see that in your vision all the time, whether your eyes are closed or open. And in some people it's really bad, some people can get worse and better in some situations, and some people it starts after a very specific point, and for some people they've had it for as long as they can remember. It's very likely that when you have that, you also have some other problems that have to do with your eyes, such as floaters, migraines, including like visual migraines, and things like that, and just other problems with how you perceive things through your eyes. I don't know how many people actually have it, but it's not really, there's not a lot known about it. Like, there's no cure for it, as far as people know. There's no, like, it's really hard to figure out, like, the causes behind this and stuff. It does originate in the brain, because again, it's not like a problem with your eyes, it's a problem with how you process the information, and so it makes this kind of like snowy filter over things. I personally have this. I've had this as long as I can remember, and it's actually quite interesting, because when I was younger, I remember, sitting and looking in my room and being like, oh, there's all this fairy dust everywhere. Like, I just thought of it as like fairy dust or some kind of cool thing, And actually, it's kind of interesting. Some people think it's like some type of sixth sense or some type of spiritual gift or something. I personally don't believe that. I don't believe in like the supernatural. That's kind of interesting how people can like equate like something that does kind of distort your vision into something like you have a spiritual gift. I haven't noticed any change over the years, but it does change in certain situations. I would say mine isn't too terrible. It's probably, I mean, it's hard to know since it's all I've ever seen, like the way I've always ever seen, but it doesn't, disable me, or it doesn't, impact my life in any super significant way, only, when like my night vision sucks, even with my glasses, because the snow is more noticeable at night, so night driving is really bad. And I've also had anxiety for as long as I can remember. I think that's quite interesting because it's kind of like, almost like, you have all these extra neurons firing in your mind when you have anxiety, and it's kind of like almost a visual representation of my anxiety. And I do notice that when I have anxiety or some, like I have fear, or if I'm like exercising any type of like heightened like activity, then my snow is worse. And there are also some other things I experience along with that. My eyes are very sensitive to light, especially at night. So like when I'm driving at night and there are headlights coming my way, it's really, it like hurts my eyes. It's really distracting. When I see lights at night, like the kind of rays coming out of the light are distracting. They're like blurred rays. I know people usually see some type of, like glow around the light, but when I see it at night especially, it's like really profound. But those are really the only symptoms I have. I wear glasses, but that's not really related to my visual snow symptoms. I just have astigmatism and two different like prescriptions in my eyes. I actually, when I first got glasses, which was in sophomore year of high school, they gave me the glasses, and I thought the glasses were actually going to fix my visual snow, because I thought that was part of my bad eyesight. And so when I put the glasses on, they're like, oh, can't you see much clearer? And I was like, yeah, but, and they kind of didn't hear me, and they're just talking to my parents or whatever. And I was just thinking, like, but the fuzz isn't gone, it's still fuzzy. And then so I was thinking, I was thinking, okay, maybe this is just like a thing that, like, it's not bad vision, it's just people, like, maybe I notice it more than other people. I was talking to my sister and my brother, I think, and I was just talking about my eyesight, and I was like, kind of like the little blobs or little static that's always in your vision. And because I don't know what I was talking about at the time, but they looked at me like, no, what are you talking about? I was like, you know, the static that you see in your vision. And they were just like, we don't see static in our vision. And so I looked it up, and like there was actually a name for it, and I was just dumbfounded, because it's like, I've always, you know, experienced life this way and never just really thought much about it, except that it was annoying sometimes. But now there's actually like a name for it, and it's actually like this thing that is a condition. But I just wanted to bring awareness to this issue, because I realize there's maybe people like me that may be out there and not even knowing that this is even a thing, and that they may not have even known that, like, other people don't see this way. If you guys want to see kind of what I'm talking about, I will leave a link down in the description of the visual snow simulator, and kind of talking about, or it shows you what visual snow looks like, and you can see it in different intensities, and I'll put down what, like, kind of my intensity of visual snow, the best representation of it is. But yeah, I hope you guys found this interesting, because I really do think this is an interesting kind of phenomenon, and it's really interesting how the brain works in this way. You know, it can change like your whole visual field and stuff. So anyways, let me know if you have any comments, questions, or anything, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!